The word dynasty popped up in the Florida Panthers locker room last night. The NHL hockey club from South Florida are celebrating after claiming back-to-back Stanley Cups, beating the Edmonton Oilers 5-1 in Game 6. Panthers stalwart Sam Bennett received the Conn Smythe Trophy. Florida has also won 11 of 12 playoff series since head coach Paul Maurice took over in 2022. Jason Gaidola joins us live with all the details and reaction tonight. Jason?
Good evening, Manisa. It's also back-to-back heartbreaking losses for the Edmonton Oilers, who extend the Stanley Cup drought for Canadian teams to 32 years.
The Florida Panthers back-to-back Stanley Cup champions.
A ruckus scene ensued in Sunrise, Florida last night, one filled with joy and celebration of a repeat by the Florida Panthers.
We got to be a dynasty now. It's 3 years in a row finals, 2 championships. This team is so special, and I just Stanley Cup champion. This never gets old.
The Florida Panthers became back-to-back Stanley Cup champions after they took down the Edmonton Oilers again, beating them 5-1 in Game 6. As tradition goes, Captain Alexander Barkov accepted Lord Stanley from Commissioner Gary Bettman, then proceeded to hand hockey's holy grail to teammates who never tasted the mug.
All of those guys who touched it first, it was their first cup, so that's what makes these men special. To be aware of that, they're just not selfish at all. They don't need the camera time. They're not trying to put themselves, there's no pecking order.
Head coach Paul Maurice also claims his second straight championship since taking over the job in 2022. Panthers stalwart Sam Bennett was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy after scoring 15 postseason goals.
I mean, it starts with the culture here. There's a way that we do things here, and it's not easy. We don't play an easy style of hockey. It demands a lot out of you.
It's stolen here, and loose is Reinhart. Scores! Sam Reinhart.
Florida wasted no time last night after Sam Reinhart's opening goal in the first period. Reinhart had a night to remember, scoring 4 goals, becoming just the 6th player in league history to net that many goals in a Stanley Cup game.
I don't know if McKinnon, I don't know if all these other superstars that we talk about have gone up in the Cup final against a team that's as well built as this Florida Panthers team is.
The dominant win was also a crushing loss for the Edmonton Oilers. They fell short of snapping a 32-year Stanley Cup drought for Canadian NHL teams and are enduring a second straight finals loss to the same opponent.
They tilted the rink. They were able to kind of stay on top of us all over the place. Never really able to generate any momentum up the ice. We kept trying the same thing over and over again, just banging our heads against the wall. So credit to them. They played well.
Edmonton were outscored 13-4 in the opening period in the series and 9-0 over the final 4 games. Questions swirl around costly mistakes from the Oilers and play between the pipes. Oilers netminders Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard exchanged starts in the final stretch of the series, going head-to-head with Florida goalie Sergei Bobrovsky.
It is a game of mistakes, and that is our job as a goalie, is to erase the mistakes. And there's saves to be had there, and it doesn't mean that they're bad goals. It doesn't mean that he played bad, but in this stage, like you said, Bob's making those stops.
And both teams head into an interesting offseason. Florida will have pending free agents like Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand to try and retain. Edmonton will have 6 unrestricted free agents this summer and will open up contract talks with superstar Connor McDavid, whose deal expires next year.